Rich Van Tassel here with you. Today is Wednesday, April 13th, 2016. We're seeing in the news it looks like the Kings are going to fire George Karl tomorrow. Karl, not sure what his record is in Sacramento. Frankly, I didn't even look it up. It's not good, though. Certainly below 500. This is a Sacramento Kings team that has not been to the playoffs since 2005-2006 season. It's the second longest drought in the NBA currently. The Minnesota Timberwolves are the only team that's had a longer drought. Now, we know that George Karl and DeMarcus Cousins have had their issues. Obviously, this would signal that DeMarcus Cousins is likely to stay. They still may trade him anyway. Anything is possible at this point, but this is a situation with the Kings. They're really a mess. They got the new ownership in there. I was expecting a little bit more from them this season. I thought with the addition of Rondo, he'd be looking to play. I mean, he did have a good year. Let's give Rondo some credit. He did not play poorly. His assist numbers were very good, but figured in a year, he was on a one-year contract with the Kings. Looking to be a free agent next year, he would have played a lot better this season. Or not played better, but certainly contributed more to the team's success this year. You have DeMarcus Cousins. He's been injured. They've been like 4-12 or something with him out of the lineup. So that certainly affected them a lot. DeMarcus Cousins is a guy I like. I think he's an outstanding player. Certainly as a Celtics fan, I would like to see them make a move for DeMarcus Cousins. I would give up that net pick for DeMarcus Cousins, even if it was the number one pick overall. I think this guy is that good. But with George Karl being gone now, you got to look at where do the Kings go. There's some guys out there. Scott Brooks, would he take the job? I don't think so. Lionel Hollins, I don't know if that would be the right mix with DeMarcus Cousins, because Lionel Hollins certainly does not take any nonsense at all. We know this. Jeff Van Gundy, will he get back into the ring? I don't know. Will Sacramento be looking to bring a college coach up from the ranks? Do you go after John Calipari, who had DeMarcus Cousins in Kentucky? That'd be very interesting, and that's what I would be mainly looking for the Kings. They want to make some noise. We know Calipari, he has won the championship in college. I think he would like to get more. He says he loves it in Kentucky. But this is a guy who wasn't terrible in the NBA, took the Nets to the playoffs, and certainly with all he's accomplished in college, will he look to take the next step? You know, this is a guy who can recruit very well, but in the NCAA tournament, it's one and done. All you need to do is have one bad game, and you're over with. And that certainly is what happens a lot of times. Even the best team does not always win. We saw it this year. Syracuse, who didn't win the tournament but was a 10 seed. Some people think they shouldn't even have gotten in, and they got hot at the right time and were able to move all the way up. And that's where they're going from now. So it's very interesting to see. I'm going to keep a close eye on that Calipari situation, and obviously what else happens with DeMarcus Cousins. Do they want just a completely fresh start where they trade Cousins altogether? Now, Rajon Rondo, who was a Kentucky not alum, he didn't graduate, but you guys know what I mean. He didn't play for Calipari, so do they get rid of Rondo, who might just be looking to sign elsewhere? You know, teams like the Knicks may throw him a lot of money. That's certainly a possibility, but, clear Rondo, clear out DeMarcus Cousins, and then just start fresh. I don't know. I still think this team is a good young nucleus. I mean, Rondo did turn 30, but he still has a couple years left. DeMarcus Cousins obviously is very young, and Ben McLemore, I think, is a solid player. So it shouldn't be, that much of a, how would I put it, of a bad destination, I guess, for lack of a better term, for certain coaches. There's, obviously the head, not the head case. I mean, he does have his issues, but there's certainly the conflict of wills with DeMarcus Cousins, so that could be an interesting dynamic for any coaches looking to get in there. But, you have young talent. I was expecting more from this team this year. It is Sacramento. It's not that major, but you go there and things don't work out, you can quietly, remove yourself from the situation, or fairly quietly, that is. Calipari, anywhere he goes, it's going to be pretty well covered. There's going to be some media scrutiny. So we'll see how that works out. But keep your eye on John Calipari for the Sacramento Kings open position. Again, George Karl expected to be fired tomorrow after the season ends. I don't like it. You still have a game left. Just let him coach it out and then fire him tomorrow. But it is what it is. That's how it's going to be handled. So George Karl, again, out as the Sacramento Kings head coach. And we're going to be final day of the NBA season. We're going to be starting in the playoffs soon. Remember, we appreciate all subscriptions. And another flash of news, we'll bring them to you. Thank you so much.